Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very good day to you all. Hopefully, you all are doing well, staying safe and indoors. Take precautions, stay away from gatherings and going out in public. Our safety is our responsibility. I'm sure, my boys and girls, you are sitting with your books, booklets, pens, and pencils. And as usual, you will keep noting down your pointers. These pointers will help you in making your own notes. Keep jotting them down, compile them, and keep them safe. Do your self practice work and make sure when you go back to school, inshallah, share it with your teachers for correction. Watch all the video lessons. This will help you to interact with your teachers in the Zoom live classes. We all have the right to dream, to think, to plan. But to fulfill those dreams, to make them reality, we need to have courage. Be strong. Be ready to take up challenges. Life is not the bed of roses. Learn to pick up the thorns which come on your way. You should have the courage to lean down, lean down and pick up those stones which may be your hurdle. So all your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. You all must have heard the name of Walt Disney, whose first most famous character was Mickey Mouse, and he was rejected from different companies, and finally he launched his own character. There are numerous such examples in our everyday life. J.K. Rowling, the writer of Harry Potter, she faced a lot of problems but never gave up and continued to struggle with courage for her dreams. Kentucky Fried Chicken, one of the most famous brand, that Colonel Kentucky was refused from 99 restaurants. And finally, he tried it out at a roadside as a roadside vendor, where he brought his dream true. And today, KFC is one of the largest food chains of the world. So always keep yourself composed, keep your spirits high, be ready to take challenges, and stay courageous to pursue your dreams. And one day, they will become reality. So the reality of the day is, let's begin with the next topic. Let's revise what we did in the previous class. We learned about the formation of Indus Delta, its importance. We learned that what are the problems faced by Indus Delta, such as the deforestation of mangroves and the construction of dams, and how is the life on Indus Plain. We learned that Indus Plain is one of the most developed region in Pakistan. It has some urban settlements like Lahore, Multan, Faisalabad, Gujranwala, Hyderabad, Sakkar, and they all have better infrastructure which help in the transportation of goods and passengers. Now let's begin with the topic of the day, which is deserts. Today you'll be able to identify and locate the names of some of the deserts in Pakistan. You will also learn that how does a deserted land look like and what are the climatic features which turns it into a desert. So moving on with it, take out your books, open your books, take out your booklets, start writing them down, and let's begin with desert. In Pakistan, we have 5 deserts. two in Sindh, two in Punjab, and one in Balochistan. Thal Desert, which is among all the deserts of Pakistan, considered to be the most youngest. It is on Sindh Sagar Doab. You have done Doabs in the previous chapter, and you must be thinking that Doabs are the most fertile areas. So why is Thal on the Sindh Sagar Doab? This is because of lack of rainfall and the drop in the water level in river. Your assignment for the Google Classroom is to find out the name of the river whose water level has dropped and Thal Desert has formed on Sindh Sagar Doab. Next is Cholistan. This desert is in Punjab, covering the area of Bhawalpur. Nara is in the eastern Sindh, near Ghotki. Thar, which is considered as one of the biggest deserts, is in the eastern Sindh, and Kharan. This desert is located in Balochistan. Now let's have a look. This is the Thal Desert on Sindh Sagar Doab, located in Punjab. This is Cholistan in the south of Punjab. Nara and Tharbakar are in eastern Sindh, and this is Kharan in Balochistan. If a question comes about describe the distribution of deserts in Pakistan, how are you going to do it? You will talk about their direction, the locations they are in. Like, for example, you will start your answer. There are 5 deserts in Pakistan. Thal is located in Punjab. Cholistan in southeast Punjab, whereas the eastern side of Sindh is all deserted. Area is covered by Nara and Tharbakar. Kharan is located in south in west of Balochistan. Kharan is located in west of Balochistan. So this is how you'll describe the distribution of deserts. Now it is, dear students, Cholistan, Nara and Tharbakar. Collectively, they make up Thar Desert. Thar, Thar Desert. Cholistan, Nara and Tharbakar collectively make up Thar Desert. Thal in Punjab and Kharan in Balochistan. Alright, now what type of land does it seem to be? If you look at these pictures, you may find these waves, these sand dunes. These sand dunes and waves are basically formed due to the wind, the direction in which the wind is blowing. The sand starts to deposit in that direction. These wave sort of structure which you see in the center picture is also formed due to the blowing wind. The last picture shows the cracked surface. This is because of extreme lack of water in some deserted areas. The wind is the most important agent in the formation of the landscape and in the making of sand dunes. Now these sand dunes are made longitudinally as well as latitudinally, all depending on the direction of wind. Rocks are one of the main features. Sandy plains are found because the soil over there is extremely sandy. There is no capacity in the soil to hold water. It is loose soil. Undulating plains, uneven surfaces, and the cracks in rocks. Now the cracks in the rocks are due to the change of temperature during the day and night. Deserts have extremely hot days and very cold nights. The hot temperature of the day expands the surface of the rock. The cold temperature of night compress the surface of the rocks. Due to this continuous expansion and compression, the outer surface of the rocks break. They appear cracky. They have cracks on them, and slowly and gradually they break into fine, smaller pieces. Soil. Most of the area in a desert is covered with loess. Loess is a type of soil which is formed by the accumulation of dust brought by wind. If I take you to the previous slide, this is loess, sandy slide, which is actually due to the accumulation of dust. Sandy soil, loose soil, which does not stay at one surface. With the wind, it blows. It is loose from each other. There is no compact soil in this area. Alkaline soil is also found here. Alkaline soil is a soil which has higher pH value. It makes it rich in sodium, more towards the basic side. The wide valleys between the sand dunes have silt and clay sediments. All these sediments are brought by wind. In short, the soil of desert is loose, cannot hold water, is short of basic components which improve their fertility, as they cannot hold water, they are unable to grow crops. What type of a climate is there in deserts? As we just discussed, that why the rocks have cracks, and I shared with you all that there is wide change in the temperature, difference in the temperature during the day and night. Plus, there is a large daily range of temperature. The days are extremely hot and nights are cool. As there is no water, so there is no cloud cover on the sky. So as a result, throughout the day, the desert keeps on absorbing the heat of the sun, due to which the days are very hot, as the sun rays are directly reaching the ground. At night, all the heat which is absorbed by the ground is given out in the atmosphere and it goes back into the sky. The temperature suddenly drops. It can be controlled or maintained if the clouds are there. The clouds are formed due to the evaporation of water bodies. In deserts, we do not have enough water that the clouds could be made. Summers are very, very hot. The temperature may vary from 40 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. High rate of evapotranspiration, that is the water which is there even under the ground, although nothing is left there, it also transpires, it also evaporates into the sky. Dust storms are common as it's an open space, open area. The wind may blow very fast. As the wind blows fast, it carries dust from one place to another. Dust storms can occasionally occur after 2 to 3 months. Drought conditions are permanent features. Now, what are droughts? Droughts are long periods of dryness, no rainfall. This drought can be of 6 months or even of a year or more. These droughts result in shortage of water. Deserts have arid climate. Arid climate is extremely dry climate with the lack of rainfall. Annual rain is usually less than 125 millimeter per year. Eastern deserts. Now, what are the eastern deserts? They are the deserts Cholistan, Tharparkar, and Nara. These are called eastern desert, or even Thal can be partially eastern. They all receive rainfall during monsoon season, that is from July till September. But this rain in the deserted areas might not occur every year. Whereas the western desert, which is Kharan in Balochistan, receives rainfall through western depression. These rain occur during the winters, December till March. Winters are very mild from 10 to 20 degrees Celsius. So if we summarize the climate of this region, we learn it's extremely hot, very dry, lack of rainfall, dust storms are common, and droughts occur. Now, in such a situation where water is not available, where the temperatures are extremely high, what sort of economic activities can be carried out? Here with you, we will discuss the economic activities which may take place in the Thar Desert. I repeat, Thar Desert is collectively Cholistan, Nara, and Tharparkar in the southeast and eastern side, southeast of Punjab and east of Sindh. Now, what activities do take place in this region? Some part of this area have been brought under cultivation by supplying water through canal irrigation. Very limited vegetables or crops can be grown, which include millet, kidney beans, sesame, and fodder. Fodder crops are basically the crops which are used by the livestock, that is, goats, cows, camels, buffaloes, as food. In some regions, agriculture depends on rainfall. After rain, herbs and shrubs start to grow. They can be used by the local people as firewood. As sandy soil cannot hold water for long, so farmers prepare the land much before or immediately after the rainfall. The water is collected in very conventional methods in underground tanks, as the rainfall is limited. So there is limited water stored, and the entire water cannot be used for growing crops. There are other uses and purposes as well. So some small subsistence farming can be done in this region. Before rainfall, the farmers make bunds, pits, and ditches to collect water for crop cultivation. They also keep livestock. Now, these are those wells where they collect rainwater, and then with the help of the hand pump, they use it. Camels are used as the animals to on the farms, to plow the farm and to work there. When it rains over there, the wildlife, which is particularly peacocks, they come out and they have or they dance to enjoy themselves. These livestock are kept by the people. Now, the farmers, livestock stock farmers, may sell their skins and products in the market. If you look in the second picture, this woman is carrying wood on her head. This is the plants which are grown after the rain. They use their wood for fuel. They burn them. Now, what type of lifestyle can people follow in deserts? As we discussed, that water is not enough and rainfall is collected in traditional style ponds and tanks, which I just shared the picture with you. Area suffers from drought, which results in famine as well. Famine, Famine. Famine is shortage of food and water. Obviously, when the water will not be available to grow crops or to be collected in order to be used by the people to drink or grow crops, when there will not be enough water, so it will affect the food supply of the region. Shortage of food and water, drinking water, is called famine. Such situations are common in deserts. People in desert live a nomadic lifestyle. Nomadic lifestyle is when people move from one place to another in search of water and pasture for themselves and for their animals. So let's quickly revise, summarize, and recall what did we learn today. So today we learned about the deserts, their locations and name. We learned there are two important deserts in Punjab, Thal and Cholistan. Eastern side of Sindh has Tharparkar and Nara, whereas in Balochistan, west of Balochistan, we have got Kharan Desert. Tharparkar, Cholistan and Nara are collectively called Thar Desert. Then we learned that these places have extreme climate, difficult to survive, lack of water, and so they have very limited job opportunities and economic activities. People live as nomad, moving from one place to another in search of water and pasture for themselves and for their animals. Now I repeat the question which you have to answer in your Google Classroom. Name the river where the water level dropped and a part of Sindh Sagar Doab turned into Thal Desert. We'll be waiting for your answers in the Google Classroom comment box. Thank you so much for, as usual, being wonderful students. Looking forward to your comments. And today, your first home assignment has been uploaded. Make sure that you do that assignment, return it to your teachers, as these will be marked. Take care, stay safe, take care of yourself and your loved ones. See you next week. Until then, Allah Hafiz.